that's a case of interest. We are still hunting down on that serial here. We have already once again into the print media, requesting the members of the public once again to assist us with any kind of information that can assist us in laying our hands on him. And I will still do it even today to request the public to assist us so that we can be able to get that dangerous person, get him out of wherever he is, and take him to the court, so that at the end of the day, appropriate actions can be taken against him. I would also like to add my voice on the femicide issue, because these are issues that are right now engaging the minds of Kenyans. And maybe what I would like to say is that
when IG, before you go there even, you know, we should be very candid with such advanced in technology. And of course, the level of training that is over to our police officers and our investigative institution like DCI. Why do you think it has to take us all this long to get culprits? Because I was counting, out of the 57 cases, the suspects.
Honorable members of this committee. To me, as I've said now, on the matters of femicide, first of all, most of the reported cases of femicide, which are basically either murder or homicide, we have, our investigations have been successful up to the rate of about 92%. Those are the records, because we have actually gotten a majority of those who have committed those heinous crimes. And you find in most cases they are related in one way or the other. The complex one was that one for Isiri, and we have also gotten the culprit is with us, and is going to shed even more light, so that such people are put away, so that they don't continue doing that to people. But then I must also, hasten to mention that our people should also be, look around in their environments, the areas that they also go to, because we, the police, can be able to investigate the criminal part of it. The criminal part of it. And we are even going to get those who commit these crimes, like we have actually done. But then there is also the other part, whereby also individuals should also be careful. Parents, the churches, because this is again a societal problem. Everybody needs to speak about this. That our people also need to be, on the lookout, because there are many things that are happening in the B&Bs, in some other places. That's an area that probably individuals also need to take care of. The police will come in immediately once a report probably has been done. We will investigate and arrest and take to the court, but the crime will have been committed. We would like that to stop. We would wish to urge our people, if anyone suspects that the place that you are in is not okay, please make a report as soon as possible, so that once again the police can be able to carry out their duties as required by the law. But this is something that we must also speak as a society. In our homes, we must talk to our children, in our churches, in our mosques, in our barasas, our leaders. Please assist us, talk to the people. It is important, because I want to mention that what is happening is not only, in this country. These are phenomena that are happening world over, actually. Happening world over. But we must come up with the measures to address these issues. And one is actually talking about discussing with our people. Discussing with our people that we must take care not to find ourselves in a situation whereby our security can actually be compromised. But I want to hasten and assure that the police have got the capacity, have got the ability to investigate, and we have actually demonstrated. And even those cases that are still pending, they are pending active investigations. And at the end of the day, we will have concluded them. And then, Honorable Chair, Honorable Members, I would also like to highlight the measures that we have implemented to protect Kenyans from abductions and kidnappings. Number one, the National Police Service has instituted the following measures to protect the Kenyans from the menace. We have increased police visibility. The National Police Service has implemented measures to strengthen security and surveillance in areas most susceptible to kidnappings and abduction. The placement of the CCTV cameras in the major streets helps to deter and control criminal activities. Number two, community awareness programs. The the National Police Service is implementing awareness programs among the local community, educating individuals on ways to safeguard themselves and their families. The programs to actively promote communication and cooperation between the citizens and the police. We are also working with other stakeholders, very, very closely with other stakeholders. The Minister of Gender, we're working together so that these informations can actually be taken to the community out there. Enhanced intelligence collection. The National Police Service officers have been equipped and trained to collect actionable criminal intelligence to help them preempt cases of kidnapping and abductions. And I would also like to hasten to add that we are also working very, very closely with the National Intelligence Service in terms of getting additional intelligences of where these kind of crimes can easily be committed. And then from there, our men and women are actively engaged to ensure that our presence can also act as a deterrent to some of these issues. I must also mention that swift response to reported kidnappings and abductions, this is something that we have done. The National Police Service has strategized its units to swiftly respond to reported cases of kidnapping and abduction. This ensures quick apprehension of captors and rescue of victims. Sensitization of the NPS officers on their core values of professionalism, creating awareness and partnerships, operating within the rule of law, and the teamwork in all our operations. Holding to account police officers found culpable of unprofessional conduct, including the one reported at Bakari Police Station. And I've again indicated that, come out very, very clearly that there is nobody who is above the law. Every other person breaking the law will be dealt with, escalated by the law. Additional information related to kidnappings, abductions that may be pertinent to the committee. The National Police Service, through the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, is currently reviewing various investigative procedures to ensure that they are anchored in law by introducing Criminal Investigations Bill 2024. This bill is going to assist us a lot if it goes through as we expect. Because, Chair, you also understand that over time, technological advancements are there that will make us, as a policing service, as an investigating agency, to be supported such that we can also be able to use technology to enhance our capability in terms of actually investigating and breaking through some of these very, very complicated and complex cases. Technology is a leverage. And that is why I believe this bill is going to go a long way in assisting the National Police Service in upping the game. Enhancing interactions between all government agencies. As I've said there earlier, we are working very, very closely with everybody, with all the stakeholders on these matters, because policing is not about police officers themselves. It's about everybody, all of us. We work together. And by working together, we can ensure that there is safety and security to all of us. There is also need for enhanced funding to the National Police Service for installation of CCTV cameras in all major roads to help to curb crimes. Again, these are some of the ongoing areas that we're also partnering together with the Ministry of Transport, with the NTSA and others, to see to it that most of our trunk roads are also covered by CCTV cameras. And these are some of the key areas that can also be able to assist us with effective investigations that can lead actually to arrests and prosecutions of criminals. Thank you, Chair.
So thank you so much. I
almost feel very worried indeed. Why is that happening? We are trying to mix murders. People are going to kill each other, and it happens all over the world. Homicide, it happens because amongst every society there are criminals who are going to carry out those activities. But I think the concern of Kenyans, and even this committee and parliament, is we are almost having a mix of criminals carrying out nefarious activities, but also something linked to security forces that involves kidnappings and also disappearance of Kenyans. Because from what the DCI is explaining, is a clear link that civilians are doing these activities of picking people, killing them, throwing the bodies around. But at the same time, the way individuals are being picked, then there's a finger pointing out that there are elements of security forces that are involved. Now, I want to invite you to page 5 of your submission, paragraph 17, Kitengela Police Station. Somebody by the name Bob Injagi. All the details. Then at the last there it says, after resurfacing, he is yet to report to police for statement recording. If indeed this individual was picked up by agents of government or criminal groups, then there must be a report, so that we must eliminate the link between criminals who are now working undercover, undermining security of the people of Kenya, and the security agents that are supposed to protect the people. I want to invite you again to page 10. Page 10, page 1038. Garissa, Mohammed Abdullahi Hire. This individual has already been found. So he's no longer a missing person. So it simply means that the link between reporting and also clearing house, that not all these individuals are missing. So that is important. The third issue which I want to take up with you, it is this issue of the suspect in Kware murder, where he was arraigned before court, taken into lawful custody, but all of a sudden we are told he disappeared. But the issue of Kware is a national issue. Over 15 or so young bodies of female were found there. But for that individual to just disappear in thin air, with technology, with the human resource that we have, with the capacity in terms of special units that we have in our country, then that young man should not disappear in thin air. Finally, Mr. Chairman, is the issue of one Daniel Kabusho Kaniu. Is it Kaniu? Sorry. Dennis Kimodo. I believe he may not be in your report, but the report that we have, Dennis Kimodo reported missing. Dennis Kimodo was arrested by police officers while at Rongai in Kajiado County. He was detained at Ongata Rongai police station and arraigned in court at Tingong Law Courts on the next day. He was later remanded at Industrial Remand Prison, awaiting processing of his cash bail. However, on the day his advocates went to release him, officers at the Industrial Prison informed his advocate that they could not account for his whereabouts. You know, as the representatives of the people of Kenya, you people included, it worries me that somebody in lawful custody, in the hands of government, can just disappear like that. I think we need really more answers, and also very candid answers. The Korean missionaries who were abducted in Moyale, that is only the clear link. I can say it is linked to terror, because I come from the region. And when we talk to the people, we know that the government had nothing to do with that. It is about the terror links that are operating within the country. So for that reason, IG, you took an oath of office, and it is this committee, just a month ago, we said, this is the best man who is available. And we are convinced, we have no doubt at all. But my submission is, let us link the normal criminal activities in every society in the world. It happens in America, in the UK, in Russia, in China. We cannot hold you for those criminal activities because it's a society thing. Like you say, it is the character of that society. But what we need to be delinked is the state agencies that takes the law into their own hands to do nefarious activities that is not allowed by the law of this land. Thank you, Chairman. That's my submission.
Clay Protas, then Joho Fatuma.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. IG, thank you for the report and also the presentation.
We have got some members who have joined us.
Okay.
I just want them to be on record.
Looking at this report, I find it surprising and worrying because there are two scenarios that are recurring in this particular report. And one of that scenario is on page 5 of page 17, still on Kitengela. If you look at number 17 and number 18, those two reports show that there was alleged disappearance of these people or abduction. These people resurfaced after a month or so, but no report was, these people did not lodge the report to the police. The other scenario is on page 7 and page 9. That is number 25, industrial area, and Kileleshwa, that is 33 and 34. If you look at those reports, report 25 indicates that one Yusuf Hussein Ahmed, MCA Dela Ward, number 25. He was at Alal Estate within South Sea, where he was picked by a Faraz taxi, KDQ 704Q, Mazda, driven by Wambua Kioki. While on their way through Mombasa Road, heading to Nyayo Stadium, 4 people armed with firearms alleged from a black Prado opened the taxi door and pulled out the abductee and bungled him into their Prado, the driver of the taxi. See, this person was removed from a taxi, and if you look at that 3, while driving in a motor vehicle registration KDB 278K along Othaya Road, they were blocked by 2 vehicles whose registration was not picked, where the occupants removed the victims from their vehicle, bungled them into their vehicle, and drove off to a unknown destination. If you look at 34, the same issue. People removed from one vehicle and then bungled to another vehicle and driven away. What is the connection between these people being removed from one vehicle to another vehicle? Is there a connection? Did the officers who were investigating, did they try to investigate and find what is the link between these 2 vehicles? Are these people monitoring these particular victims, or what is the connection? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. I will actually take up from where Protas left. IG and the DCI. I'll start with the enforced disappearance. You said 57 people were kidnapped from June. 29 are still missing. And from what my colleague has just read, it looks like from the narrative you have given us, all indications are that it's the law enforcement that are taking these people. When you say, when you give, let me just read this. I'll start with the Honorable Yusuf. You said he was picked from Halai Estate in South Sea. He was picked by a taxi and then driven by Wambui Kioko through Mombasa Road heading to Nyayo. 4 people armed with firearms alighted from a black Prado, opened the taxi door and pulled out the abductee. Same with the rest. Bobby Wanjagi, the Longton brothers, And from where I sit, I'll be comfortable saying it's only the police officers and the law enforcement of this country that can have that audacity to do such things to the citizens of these people. Coming back to these abductions and people that have disappeared, these 29 people have a right to live. They have a right of freedom. We need these people to be brought. It's the government that have these people, not anyone else. We were with the Kenya Human Rights Commission the other day. And they said when they interviewed these people, they said they were taken to a basement. They were, tortured and many other things that were done to them. If it's a terror group or any other group, sect that can do this, I don't think they have the capacity to take these people to underground places and torture them to that maximum. Bwana IG, I'm getting messages from the people of Wajir. Today they're asking me, ask the IG, when is he bringing the MCA from Wajir Dela Ward? We need answers. I've come to your office. We have asked all the authorities. We cannot wait any longer. We need the MCA back. He is an elected MCA. You just said you need our help as the elected leaders. If we are taking the elected leaders, abducting them, who are we supposed to, help the society? We want the MCA. It's been 2 months since he disappeared. It's you people that have the MCA.
Mheshimiwa Fatuma,
I'll leave that, Chairman.
Yeah,
I'm done with that.
We of course abide by the rule. I think you came late. I think that was actually one of the questions that was put to the IG. And he said in category...
The government, through the president, came out and said no more abductions. We fully
no more
support.
extrajudicial killing and
True,
abduction
no
as well.
more extrajudicial killing. We support that. If indeed the honorable members and the 29 other missing Kenyans have been arrested, the family of those missing people have every right to know. So it will be very good for the authorities to come out and say these people have been arrested so that the loved ones can see their people. Why I say they're abducted is because we don't know the whereabouts of these people. If today you tell me the honorable MCA is somewhere, then I can call it arrested. Meantime, he's still missing. To me, it's an abduction. IG and the DCI, a body was found in Wajir approximately 2...
Again, Fatuma, you can rightly say abduction, but abduction can also be by criminals. That's, I think, is rightly at this moment. We say is missing. What the IG is supposed to be telling Kenyans and Wajir, how this time, error in time, how can it take like 2-3 months? I think that's the same question I did ask, and even the Vice did. Is it that we are not efficient? Is it our technology is not up to date? I think that is exactly what Fatuma.
Yes, you're right, Chair. Thank you.
Maybe Fatima, instead of making sweeping statement, please ask direct question to the IG so that we are not just being sensational. This is a very important thing. You are talking about the MCA of Wajir, but the other 29 Kenyans, people, we just have the names, but they have families, they have relatives. They are so important to us. So please ask directed question.
I was moving to the second point on a body that was found in Wajir 2.5 weeks ago, a very badly mutilated body, which was thrown to a nearby lake, Yahud, in Wajir. The people of Wajir thought initially was the MCA, which later became that it was not him. That body that was found was a human being, just like any other person. We also want to know what happened, the reason why that particular person was killed, tortured, body mutilated, thrown in a lake, a nearby lake. and to date we don't know the person. Wajir is a town, just like Nairobi. It's indeed a big town. The police are there. Nothing so far has been told to us. So what could be the problem? We need to know the owner of that body, what happened, what transpired. DCI, you mentioned that when we asked about the femicide, it was hurtful to hear that more men are killed than women, and that you don't know the name we can give when men more are killed than women. It's such a heavy utterance coming from a DCI like you. We are all human beings. Recently, women are killed. True, men are killed. All human beings are equal. But the questions we are asking, when women are killed, the body are broken and cut like meat, put in a plastic paper bags, taken to cemeteries. Is different when you die or when you're shot or, in other circumstances. What can you call? I think as leaders, we also need to measure on the words we say. Lastly, I have messages that are coming, Chair. Now that they know the IG is coming before us, there are some messages I'm getting from the people who elected me and asking me to ask the IG. So give me a few minutes to read these messages, Mr. Question number 1, kindly ask the IG, are there any programs to build community trust in law enforcement and how they are being implemented? 2, how does your office collaborate with law enforcement agencies to ensure safety and reduce crime rates? 3, how does your agency ensure that complex of high-profile cases are given the attention and the resource they require? Could you share insights into the recent trends in crime across the country and how the force is adapting to these trends? Lastly, ask the IG where the MCA from Wajir is. You see, it's not something I'm just cooking on IG. We are also under pressure. Thank you.
Kindly, because I know our time is much gone, just respond to the 3 first, then the rest of the members we are going to, and of course, maybe I know others will bring session. Maybe the members were not in when you are tackling.
Chair, are we
but
safe?
for the sake,
Are we safe in this
it's
room?
okay.
Like
Just I'm told it's
like an earthquake.
I'm told it's AC. Just refilling. I was also equally concerned. So just go through it when IG, and especially make it clear to the Kenyans, because you talked about the abduction and the arrest. What is the difference?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Chair. Thank you, honorable members of this committee. Let me say this. Number 1, the police, the National Police Service, as an organization, we have our cardinal responsibility of ensuring that the rights and freedoms of the people of Kenya are protected and respected. Number 2, let me also mention that the police officers are adequately trained to respect those rights and to operate within the frameworks of the law. Number 3, we do arrest offenders. And once arrested, an offender is placed in a police station, that is a gazetted facility, pending production before a court of law or being freed, depending with the outcome of the investigations. So, any officer operating outside that, that's a different issue altogether. And there are procedures to deal with that. the oversight bodies to assist us dealing with that. So ours is to arrest in broad daylight. Police don't kidnap anyone. No, we arrest and take to the court. If there is any report of kidnapping that is made to the police have a duty and a responsibility to investigate. And if it is found true somebody has been kidnapped, the kidnappers are also subject to the law, and we will take them to the court. Honorable Chair, the 29 people who are reported, the cases of missing persons, of the alleged abduction, all these cases are under active investigations. We have actually deployed the best of our resources to ensure that we go to the bottom and we bring to book any person who is involved in that. So all these cases indicated in our report is that there are the investigations, active investigations, and we even said that we need the help of Kenyans with any kind of information that can assist us to go to the bottom of any recorded case to assist in effective determination of that kind of report. Once again, I would like to mention the issue of the Wajir MCA. And I say that, number one, as I have said there before, this is an active case at our investigations. We have been on it, and as I've indicated in the chair, some of our best resources are actually deployed to ensure that we go to the bottom and get the missing MCA. But I must hasten that the police don't kidnap. The police don't cause disappearance. No, we arrest and take to court or release if the one who has been arrested does not meet the threshold to be taken to the court. Thank you, Chair.
So I'm going to give Balosi, Kangara, and Liz.
Chair, first of all, I want
try to be brief because I think
the time is out.
20 minutes remaining.
I think, Chair, first of all, I want to thank the IG for giving us some comprehensive report on issues which have been raised here. Chair, mine will be very general remarks. Number one is about the information. I think, Chair, it's high time we also discuss how the Kenyan public are assisting us. Because we need to sensitize our people. Because in other countries, nobody can get away with a crime. In a few minutes, watakuwa wamekuwa arrested. So I think it's high time we also talk to our people. But the problem is, our people have public confidence with the police. That's an area where we need to work on, that people still have a problem in working with the police, and therefore it is high time we discuss and work on that one. But I think you are right in saying that police don't kidnap. But at the same time, we need to understand also that in our investigations, in fact we met the IPOA and the Kenya National Human Rights Commission, and they are actually implicating the police. So I think the best thing to do here is to say, while the government, and in fact the president himself, has pronounced himself that extrajudicial killings and kidnappings are not going to be in this government. And you have actually also mentioned that. But there are rogue officers who, like the one who have been about in Kasarani. So what I would like to ask the IG is to quickly work on those rogue officers who are giving the police a bad name and remove them from the service so that this country can be safe. Secondly, Chair, I also want to say that we have an issue with technology. I think that's one area we have mentioned. And I think, Chair, we need to support this thing to have technology, particularly the highways, so that we can be able to have these people apprehended immediately. One of the areas which perplexed me, Chair, was the issue of this man calling a teacher. The fellow was operating from Mombasa, Nakuru, Isabenia. I think we need to look at this one and understand what this kind of person is doing. Apart from the Noah you have talked about, we need to know more of what this person is talking about. We need to have this thing seriously investigated. Chair, I also want to ask to implore on the IG to again let us look at the Nyumbakumi. The Nyumbakumi is an area which we had actually made a lot of strides in this country. We need to look at these people and work together very closely. Chair, another thing I wanted to mention was what the IG did when he took over the office. Chair, we took you to this office because we saw you as a person who can change the police, the image of the police. The first time when you took office, before you took office, you went out and made a press conference and told the country about Kware, that the government is doing this and we are going to arrest these people. And I thought it was a good start. Now, I would like to see the police giving Kenyans updates on what's happening. There's a problem, there's a gap. We need to be told all the time. Like now, this issue of obviously, where yesterday I watched somebody carrying body parts in these carrier bags, 2, and he was taking the body parts, delivering somewhere. That is a very worrying. And you see, when people look at those images, it is worrying. And I would like to see the Kenya Police Force, Kenya Police Service, coming out and saying, we are doing this. I like the DCI, the way you have explained to us of what you are doing, what you have unearthed, what you have discovered, and people are arrested. People want information. People want to know what the government is doing. Because they live in fear. So, Chair, I would like to say we as a committee will support this. Another thing I would like to mention is about the issue of firearms. Firearms is a big issue in this country. It's high time we start again looking at how we can mop up the firearms, because these are things which is carrying, people carrying firearms. Illegal firearms, yes, illegal firearms, yeah. Thank you, Chair, for correcting me. Illegal firearms. This is an area, one IG, you need to look at. But I like the way you have mentioned. You have said a police officer who does anything crime is not above the law. Let us follow these people, remove them from the service, let the police be clean. And those who want to work remain in the service. Thank you, Chair.
And kindly 1 minute each, because we intend to finish in the next, I think, 15 or so. Yeah.
Thank you, Chair, for giving me this opportunity also to air my concern about this presentation. First, I want to thank our IG and the team for giving us such a presentation. I want to take you, Chair, to the presentation number 34 and 33 and 34, the Kileleshwa case, where the two cases are similar, though those who were abducted were different people. But, and it was done on the same day, actually. The abduction was done, and people were being pulled from another vehicle to another one. And as I was reading this, Chair, I want to believe that the statement is not complete, because you didn't mention the status of the person who was abducted, the two people who were abducted. There are no status. Are they alive? Where are they? And in your report, Bwana Aji, I should say it is complete because you didn't mention about the motives, because I want to understand that these killings, there are different motives. I think it is always good to share a report and a complete report, because all of us are very concerned. All of us, we are in our committee, this security committee, so your concern is equally our concern. So when you don't come up with a complete statement, we also become confused. I want to believe that maybe a policeman has also been arrested, maybe because of abduction. Maybe he has abducted somebody. It should also come from your report, because we don't want to refuse that. Police don't abduct, they only arrest. I don't think we should believe that. We need to also get, maybe there is a policeman who has been found to have done abduction and maybe has been found to be guilty. We also need to hear that from your report. And then finally, Chair, there has been claims that body parts misses in bodies found. And I don't want to speak about the women alone or the men alone, though the DCI has actually claimed that, men are being killed more than women, but I believe women and girls are being killed more than men. But whether any gender, these are human beings, and life is so precious. So is it true that some bodies have been found, some organs have been found to be missing in especially ladies' bodies? Thank you, Chair.
Maybe to help Chelula put it in the right perspective, but at DCI, I think Lizzie is asking, could it be a possibility of how...
We also have our own personal concerns. The issue of Peter Kamau Wawero, I did indicate that the response that I got looked like there has not been any communication between DCI, Larry, and DCI headquarters and all the way to police headquarters. And mostly on these matters, we need to get, as Mheshimiwa Liza is saying, to get to the motive. Like we want to know exactly this person was abducted for what purpose, because I think from there we'll now be able to do either investigations or even to put in measures that these things do not continue again. For example, you're talking about Ngetich. Ngetich talks about he wants Noah. I also don't think that is really, that he's abducting people because he wants the Noah motor vehicle, if I got it right. For me, that doesn't look like a motive. There has to be something else, within the matter. So kindly, and on that particular matter that touches on me, I would like to get proper information. Chair, I think Honorable Cherule also raised the issue on number 33 and 34, although maybe she didn't read the last column, which indicates that investigations established that the two Turkish nationals had been detained and later repatriated by Immigration Department. The question remains, who abducted them? Were they arrested? By who? Immigration officials? Kenya police? Who? Yes, who did that particular? Because you have given us the report as it is, but who did that act from the beginning? As I wind up, Chair, the IG has told us the measures they're putting in place to protect Kenyans from abduction and kidnappings. And I think one of the issues that is missing, Honorable Segei tried to mention about it. I want to talk about community policing. That community policing has worked very well in the past. But for some reason, I think the whole thing went down. In Lari, for example, I can give you an example. In Lari, we had vehicles that were being abducted and taken into the forest. And because of the involvement of the community, it came to an end. But for some reason, I think the police either gave up or there's something either in terms of policy that was not put in place to ensure that the community policing continues working. On the same note, we had what we call the police bounty, that police would use members of the public to give them information, and I think you are able to give them, I don't know if to call them informers, DCI or whatever, and you'd give them something. Do you still have this? Yes, so to reward the informers, do we still have these funds available? Are we utilizing them? Because we hear of cases, for example, where money, of course, is reaching either the station or the commanders, for that matter, and not being given to the people who give information to the police. And lastly, is about the safe houses. Because within the multi-agency, we have heard of situations where people can be kept somewhere as they're being interrogated. We have the safe houses within the multi-agency. Are the police involved in the multi-agency? Probably, if you tell Kenyans, we'll be happy. Thank you, Chair.
Maybe you can take that round.
Thank you very much, Chair.
I don't know, maybe depending on how fast we can finish, because we should be leaving here by 1 latest.
Chair, have not.
Sorry, there's a question of mine that was not answered regarding the body that was found in Lageho.
Okay,
I'm
you can
reminding
also
the
respond to that. The body was found in the river, I think.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, members, for those very, very candid questions. They are questions that concerns Kenyans. They also concern us as security agents and also part of Kenya. We are also Kenyans. Maybe, Chair, through your indulgence, I would request that some of the questions, probably some of the answers are quite sensitive, and I would suggest that maybe we answer them away from camera. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. I think by that, Chair, you can invoke Standing Order 186. That the IG being a witness, then he has the right to actually be heard in camera if the information is sensitive and is of national security. Thank you, Chairman.
I think that is in order, because
those are the two Chinese who are abducted actually in Moyale, and their whereabouts still remains unknown. So the case is pending under investigation. In Isiolo, we have got 3 cases reported. The names of the suspects who did the kidnapping, not yet known. The circumstances of the case, again, is also provided. We have gone ahead and habeas corpus. A case was filed in the Isiolo High Court, and it is still continuing to date. In Taita Taveta, again, we have a report of a missing person. The names of the suspects who are suspected to have committed that crime remains unknown. However, on our side, on the police side, the case is still under investigation. It remains under active investigation. Honorable Chair, honorable members, you look at serial number 4. The station that where the report was made was Makupa in Mombasa. The name of the missing person again is given as Victoria Mupua Muroki. The name of the suspect is one Edwin Ngetich Kipkeboy. The circumstances are also provided there that she was hired as a taxi driver from Mombasa to Samburu, and later her dead body was found at the city mortuary. The case was taken over by the Director of Homicides. It is still pending under investigation, and we have arrested several people on that matter. We can go on up to the Rusty case through the provided details. There is also a case of interest that I would like to mention. That one of Wajir, where one Isa Omari Bure was also reported missing. The victim was reported to have been abducted by unknown persons on 22nd August 2024 at around 04:00 hours using a vehicle with unknown numbers. Again, this case is still pending under investigation. We have not arrested anyone, and we have not gotten much of the information about the whereabouts of this person. We have others reported from Madeira. The status is as indicated there. Again, this one, they also are pending under investigation. In Garissa Police Station, we have a report of one Idol Farah. This one was reported that the victim was abducted alongside his brother Mohammed on board a motor vehicle, registration number provided there. Again, this case is still pending under investigation. There is also another case that I wanted to highlight to the honorable members and chair of this committee. If you can look back at serial number 29, where we have Amina, we have another person by the name Dahambo, and then we have Musaiba Abdi. In respect to that case, 2 people have already been arrested. They are with us. The details are provided there, whereby the 3 left is 3. Section 3 for Jam Street to seek medical treatment, and were reported missing.
Where is that, Mr.
That is serial number 29.
59.
that is serial number 29. It's a case of interest because it's about the 3 ladies who were kidnapped here in Sri. And I thought that I can highlight on it. So the 3 left Sri. Then later on, their bodies were discovered, having been killed and dumped in different locations within Nairobi. We have carried out detailed investigations, and we have already arrested one person who has actually been placed at the center of that heinous crime. We have already taken him to court. We have been given 14 days so that we can be able to continue the investigations. But what I'm trying to say is that all these cases, we are on top of them. And at the end of the day, whoever has committed any of these crimes must and will have to be brought, we'll have to bring him to book. That is our mission, and we are not going to relax on that one. We are going to remain very, very active on all the cases of that nature, especially those related to what is happening, especially now. Then there is also another case of interest that I would also like to highlight to this honorable committee. That is serial number 25. Again, this report was made at Industry Police Station in September, whereby one Yusuf Hussein Ahmed, MCA Dera Ward, and also the minority whip, Wajir County Assembly, went missing. So far, after the report was made to the police, we have been carrying out our investigations, and this case remains active to date. We have not yet gotten additional information on the whereabouts of this honorable member of Wajir County. We are still appealing to the members of the public, any person who could be having any kind of information that can assist us, to come forward and assist us with that information. So, Honorable Chair, Honorable Members, so all the cases are there, and in summary of the cases, the victims, after the report was made, we have already found 22 of them. They have been found alive. 29 are still missing to date. Victims found dead, there are 6, making a total of 57 of all those who have been reported missing. Then I would also like to mention that active ongoing investigations into the death and injuries to the abducted individuals, where police have made a breakthrough in the investigations. The following are the ongoing investigations related to the abduction, kidnappings, where arrests have actually been made. Number 1, abduction and sodomizing of one Bruce Kajira. This one, Honorable Chair, Honorable Members, I would like to invite the Deputy DCI to give highlights on the same.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Chair. Before I go to that, I said I've got something to add. on Moyale, number one. Moyale case, I'm very proud to be here today, and I can tell you that I was the OC at Moyale Police Station in the year 2002. And the school that we are talking about, where this disappearance happened, was a very good school then, apart from Moyale boys. These Koreans used to be our friends, and they used to provide affordable school fees for the locals. Again, when it happened, we took our elite team, the anti-terror, because we somehow associated the incident with the terrorism. But it is yesterday when I'm removing the first team and taking another team, trying to unearth the crime. So again, that is how serious we are in this matter. So again, I would go to number 22, which I think to us who sit here is the only kidnap that we could report, because there was ransom that was demanded, and it was involving a police officer. This police officer was arrested, and the case is pending before court. In the case of Mbasa, if I'm going back to where my boss stopped, the case where this person was.
You can expound more on the issue of the police officer, actually the 22. You can just expound more what really happened.
Yes. They abducted this person and put in a locked house in Kasarani, and they demanded ransom $150.
Yes.
Yes. We took up the matter. We did not know whether they were police officers, but we are dealing with a case reported to us. So we did our analysis, because we were using the victim's phone to demand for the ransom. Officers worked on it seriously, the forensic departments, and luckily enough, we got in where this person was locked. And again, right there, we arrested one person. Two people. One of them appeared or happened to be a police officer. So we are not leaving any stone unturned. Whether you are a police officer and you have committed a crime, we shall deal with you. You are a criminal.
Maybe, Chair, I would like to add...
Since the police officer be dismissed.
Yes.
And of course prosecuted.
Yes.
Yes.
So maybe what I wanted to clarify is that, number one, there is no person who is above the law. Whether you are a police officer or not, if anyone commits a crime, he or she will be subjected to the law. Will be subjected to the law. That's the reason why, even when the investigators were investigating, they did not know in the first place that it was a police officer, or the police officers were involved in that particular issue. Later on, it was realized that they are police officers. But what we want to state is that, regardless of the status, every person who commits a crime will have his own time and day before a court of law. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, sir. Also where the police have made a breakthrough in investigations. The following are ongoing investigations related to abductions, kidnaps, where arrests have been made. Number one, it means page 14 of 17. Yes. Abduction and sodomizing of one Bruce John Indira. DCI Kisauni. 4. Suspect alleged to have committed the offense, namely Abdul Hassan Atman, alias Sindasimba, of unknown ID number. Number 2, Hadi Babu Dau Mohammed, alias Akobe, alias J, of a Kenya male ID, like this there. Number 3, Esther Mudoni John, alias Tatus, of Kenya female ID there. Violet Adero, alias Vayo, a Kenya female of ID number, age 37 years. The 4 were arraigned before the CMS court at Sansu on 12 September 2024 and jointly charged with the 2 counts as follows. A. Conspiracy to commit a felony contrary to section 393 of the Penal Code. B. Abduction with intent to confine contrary to section 259 of the Penal Code. The first and the second accused were also charged with the 2 other counts as follows. Gang rape contrary to section 10 of the Sexual Offences Act number 3 of 2006. B. Assault causing actual bodily harm contrary to section 251 of the Penal Code. The 4 are remanded at Simulatewa prison as the court case is ongoing. Abduction B. Now B. Abduction and murder of Victoria Wambua Muluki. This one, they had just talked about it. We arrested, we happened to follow after analysis. We arrested one person first in Nakuru. And we found out this person went to Mombasa, hired the taxi of this lady. They came, and on the way, they came up Nakuru, and on the way, along Nakuru there, it was killed. After analysis, thorough analysis, is what a difficult case. We got a breakthrough, and we arrested one suspect. Luckily enough, I'm going to use the word here because we are not in court, he confessed. He said he killed the lady and dumped the body in Maimayu. Officers went there, we missed the body. We inquired from the local police in Kiambu, and they said they collected a female body and brought to City Moja. The team followed, and they got the body. Then we went back after identity of the body. The raids were called. Investigation continued, and found out that this same person had committed several crimes of the same nature. At one point, he hired a taxi in Hispania, came to Nakuru, killed the boy, and he continued using the vehicle. After killing what he was doing, after killing the victim, you would use the vehicle to traffic illicit goods, bani, changa, and even aliens. I would again bring the house into speed of another case which happened in Butere, where 6 people were in a vehicle, and this vehicle went to a certain village to collect one of them again. When they were there, local people became suspicious, and they shouted. The locals responded, and the vehicle was burnt. And 2 people, including a lady Somali, was killed. This is the vehicle that this person took from that victim from Hispania. Again, he confessed further. We got another vehicle in Condor, which again he had robbed from somebody. We went further up to Endure and we recovered another vehicle. So this case alone, we got 6 vehicles. The victims, some are dead, if they killed, some are alive. So we were lucky again to arrest the Isa Complexes. Case is in Mombasa. Number C, abduction and murder of Amina Abdul Rashid, Dabo, Dawood Said, and Maisaba Abdi Mahmoud. The deceased, all family members and residents of the city, Section 3, were reported missing on the 1st, and their bodies were recovered in various dates as follows. It's a case again the ideas put in perspectives that we had a very good breakthrough here. We arrested the culprit, the suspect, and a case that was again below this, it did not come clear, but I think the House is remembering. On 31st, police officers in Langata found skeleton of a human being. This human being, the skeleton, we are connecting again to the same suspect who killed the 3. It's a lady. We are just waiting for DNA to connect, but for technically, we have connected the suspect to the body and the crime. When we went there yesterday, we recovered several items, lady items, the bag, the shoes, open shoes, and the relatives came. They positively identified the shoes to be belonging to that lady called Decker.
So maybe while still at that, because I'm sure they not followed.
Yes.
I know still you are having from the government and what we concern.
So if I go further on this again, the same suspect, this person is a Somali, I think, from Ethiopia origin.
But you are given that he is the holder of a Kenyan ID number.
Yeah, but originally he came from. Originally, even me, I'm a Luo, but I came through Sudan, Kenya. So I think it's a Kenyan. It's a Kenyan. Of what we are going to verify further, because he had a family in Ethiopia, and we understand, not confirmed very much, that he had 3 wives, and in Ethiopia he killed one of the wives. Unconfirmed, but it's confirmed.
It's confirmed.
It's confirmed.
I'm asking.
Unconfirmed. Unconfirmed. Travel history. We got PX, and we confirmed this person had gone to Turkey for some time. We don't know whether he reached Turkey and maybe use other means to go to other countries. So this person had killed the 3, the mother, the daughter, and the relative. And this lady, the 3rd one, the 4th one, Decker. He's in custody. We are given 14 days, as he said. And again, we are still following to connect this KPS. No, we arrested him here in Kamkuji. Yes. Chair, again, another interesting a matter that I need to mention again, death of Willis Adieko. With Inisiana. He's not here. He's not here.
The human resource manager of
Yes. Wells Fargo. Yeah. I just want to emphasize.
Yeah, that question actually was even raised by the member of parliament.
Yes.
Yesterday.
Attended. Yeah. So I just wanted to highlight, because sometimes you can be blamed that we are not working or we are involved. Especially when that person was, when the body was collected, it had handcuff. And the locals, even leaders, were saying this could be police activity because of handcuff. Handcuff is a government thing, but anybody can have it. So again, that sinful offense, we had a breakthrough, a full one. 2 people died, 3 are arrested. A border who took them from Kisumu to where they committed the crime confessed everything. He said those people approached him, paid him money, he took them to them. He just left them on the road. Okay. There's a border that we arrested in Kisumu just the other day. The border, through analysis, was brought to the scene. When he was interrogated, he confessed he was carrying the 3 video passengers one evening at 9:00 p.m. who told him they wanted to be transported to Game. From Kisumu up to Game is some quite a big distance. Then he left them on the road. He came back. They told him, we shall call you when we are through, even tomorrow or any other time of the night. He came back. At around midnight, he was called to go back and collect them. He did that, he collected them, but this time he collected 2. One was not there. They came up to Kisumu. He was told, take me to ATM, take me to M-Pesa. That's how they withdrew a lot of money from the victim. And he could identify the suspect with the clothes. And this was collaborated by the CCTVs in Kisumu town. So again, we got in all the suspects. 1 is still remaining, but the 4, 2 are dead, 2 are in custody. We recovered the firearm and another firearm that I think this is the firearm they were using to stop the victim, because they were even in uniform. We recovered some uniform. So maybe the victim thought these are police officers. So the speed he was driving at 102, he came abruptly to 0. And immediately, they stayed there for almost 10 minutes. Immediately, the vehicle accelerated, but stagnant. That again could show us this victim was subdued and that stranger was trying to drive the vehicle. So they drove almost 150 meters and then went off the road to Panyaroots, where they left the vehicle, and just in the adjacent bush, in a certain dam, is where they dumped the body. So this was a case of great success. We are 99% done with it. As we all know, was murdered in Kasarani, and the body was recovered at the scene. The head and the neck was recovered in Kiambaa, in a dam. Before we could even connect the head, it took us some time, and up to now we have not arrested the culprit, but we are still following. Homicide team are on it, analysis are ongoing. Where they defeated justice a little bit, they did not use a WhatsApp, they used Instagram when they were communicating. That's where we got a lot of difficulties. But with other assistant or operations, we shall break through. That one I can assure you.
Yeah, okay, maybe, I did ask earlier, of course, we are the investigative agency. Could you probably, maybe while investigating all this, could you connect maybe what could be the motives of all these killings?
Sir,
What are the motives?
The motives are varied. If I can start with the CIA, a year ago, this was purely robbery. Yes. This was purely robbery.
What about Rita Mini?
Rita Mweni, this person lured him for several weeks. And even at a certain stage they were to meet, and Rita did not turn up. So the first time they met is the time she was killed. So again, the motive we cannot know because these people are not being friends.
Is the one you suspect to be issue to do with money, or what did you say?
I say easily is twofold. One is the girlfriend, that the body was skeleton, was dumped at the Langata cemetery. The other one, the three, we are still trying to get the motive because we want to exploit his accounts, the accounts in the banks.
So, but now what could be the motive of the suspect killing the girlfriend? Was it of a cover, or maybe it could be a different reason?
From history, sir, if you got me right, if they have got me right, I said the information we are having, this person even killed his wife in Ethiopia before he came to Kenya. He had 3 wives. Killed one, and he has killed 4 people, 4 ladies. So the motive, again, this person does not know Kiswahili. You try to speak to him again, you need to get translator. It's a difficult, we have got some difficulties. So we have not known the correct motive for this.
Was he a taxi driver?
Yes, he was a taxi driver and a taxi.
The most interesting one is about taxi, the taxi man person. He was in Slovenia, he was in Victoria. I think it is important to know what would be the motive. Because this is somebody
within chair.
Yes. Is constant.
Within chair, he narrated that his target are these big vehicles like Noah. So when he lures you and come to him and is targeting the Noah, he must kill you. So that he can continue using the vehicle without people knowing. He will change the number plate and even put another color. So he was saying my target is the Noah.
Why is that it worries me? Because now from what you're saying, it looks like the suspect is not actually a Kenyan, it's only that he holds a Kenyan ID. Because by the fact that he's a Kenyan, he speaks Swahili, it's confirmed once.
That is why I said...
He's not a Kenyan, maybe corruptly acquired
yes,
identification card.
yes, Chair, we are getting that because we suspected this again because he came to Kenya recently. The ID is not old ID. So we are going back again to know how we acquired the ID.
Sure. Presently, what do you mean recently?
Yes, recently I mean, not long ago, maybe 3 to 4 years back.
It's obvious the ID is corruptly acquired.
Yes.
Because ID is given us. So maybe before we...
Why did the translator when you have officers who can speak directly to this person?
Chair, I did not say that we were defeated completely, but we tried. But again, what he was giving the translator, we were not comfortable. That's why I cannot authoritatively say his motive was A or B.
IG, you can take it up, and I think we were at DIG, but you wanted to say something.
Thank you very much, Chair. Thank you, honorable members of this committee. Maybe what I wanted to highlight is that what he was discussing, these are active, actually they are cases that are still in active investigations, meaning that we are even going to establish much more, because we must understand in greater details, how did he come here? How did he acquire? All those kind of investigations are ongoing. We have got specialized teams. We have got our CRIP team. We have got the homicide teams. They are specialists in these kinds of serious investigations. So my take is that we just give them time, and at the end of the day, we are going to get all the necessary information. And most of the questions that are being asked by the honorable members will actually come to light in a very, very clear manner. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you very much, IG. One of the cases that has not been highlighted here, and it's a case of interest, is one we are also following and investigating, is the one of Peter Waweru Kamau, who was a middle-aged individual in Lari, who went missing on 12th of October. He alleges to have also been kidnapped by 6 armed people on 12. But after 6 days or so, 19, the same young man resurfaced from an hospital, and he alleges that he was from a medical checkups. We've picked up this case, Chair, and the DCI Kiambu is investigating this case with a view of confirming whether this was a case of just missing or kidnapped, based on what he is saying. But what is coming out from the person is, from the investigation, is that the young man was not coherent in what he was saying. But that does not mean that we are not taking his views seriously. So this is a case within Lari, and I think the Honorable MP of Lari has been keen on this case and he's been following. And I have an assurance from investigators that this case of Waweru is being investigated.
You're referring to the relative to the member of Lari?
I know he's a constituent. I don't know.
Actually, an employee.
An employee, actually. He's, yeah,
yes,
maybe.
And I've had an engagement with Mheshimiwa and the County CID Command of Kiambu, and the investigation on this case is ongoing, and I want to assure the MP that his employee the investigation is ongoing, and we are hoping that to be in a place.
Allow me, Chair, to just make some correction. Of course, this person disappeared on Sunday night, I think on 12th night. The matter was reported at Lari Police Station, and he was found 6 days later, that's the following Saturday. He was not found in the hospital. Of course, the officers, by the time they arrived, he was in hospital. But if they are following up on the people who found him, because what happened is that we had circulated his photo all over within Lari and adjacent areas, including Maimahio. And from Maimahio, that is where a border person reported now to another relative within that he had found somebody who was walking near Kijabi Forest, and he was going and sitting down. So he asked him, now, can you go and find out if this is the person you're talking about? So he found he was the one. Actually, I was called myself, and I mobilized people, so they went to where he was. And we are the ones who took him to hospital. So by the time the officers arrived, he was in hospital. We just wanted to have him checked. And later, I think about 3-4 days later, they went and took his statement. So as much as they are said to be allegations, when I spoke to the officers, of course, they're saying the easiest way for them is to follow is through maybe communication on the phone. Supposing there was none, because actually that's what I think. And this person alleges, let me also use your words, that he was abducted by gunmen from my home. You know, where he stays. People came and knocked at his door, he did not open. They broke the windows and they showed him a gun. And for the kind of description he's giving, They had pistols and they had a big gun. Whatever the big gun is, it could be AK-47 and whatever it is.